I'm Emma with Really Simple Recipes, and today we're going to be making a pizza from scratch. We'll start by making your tomato sauce for your pizza. It is really simple, and the ingredients that you'll be using is basil, some chopped tomatoes, a couple of garlic cloves and some tomato puree. The good thing about making your own pizza sauce is you're going to be staying away from sugars. If you have a look next time that you go shopping at your pizza sauce jars, you'll see that one of the main ingredients is sugar. The way that you can tell is on the ingredients, the very first ingredient is your highest quantity. So if you have a look, you'll probably see it around the second or third ingredient most of the time. Whereas with these ones here, you can look 65% tomato is your first ingredient. On this actual tin, there's only 3 ingredients and none of it's sugar. Your tomato puree, it's just got 2 ingredients, so concentrated tomato puree and acidity regulator, and that is it. So there's no sugars in there, so it's really good. That's what we're looking for with this recipe. Make sure it's nice and as healthy as we can be. First we'll crush and chop our garlic. That's my garlic all chopped up. I do like to leave mine quite chunky because I do love the taste of garlic. If you're somebody that doesn't like garlic, you can leave it out of this recipe. It's not a necessity in there, so it's absolutely fine. So that's all ready to go. So we'll do stick that in the bowl. Okay, garlic already in a bowl. So I'm gonna crack open my tomatoes and put them in there as well. So if you want, you can use a blender for this. I'm just going to stir all my ingredients together because I like the nice chunky tomatoes on my sauce. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put about a tablespoon of tomato puree. There's no need to be precise with this recipe at all, just to add in as little or as much as you think you would like. And then what we're going to add about a teaspoon of basil. There we go. And then we're just going to give that a good stir. Until we get all that garlic mixed in. If you think this is a bit runny with the tomatoes that you've got, just add in a bit more puree, just to try and thicken it up a little bit more. Okay. So all stirred in nicely. Okay, that's your pizza sauce done. As I say, if you don't like the lumps, by all means blend it, but I do like to have a bit of lumps in there. And it's as simple as that, pizza sauce. What we're going to do now is just pop this to one side and we'll make a start on your pizza dough. We'll now make a start on your pizza dough, so it's your pizza base. I'll run through the ingredients with you first. So we have some salt, olive oil, yeast, strong white bread flour and some lukewarm water. So we'll start by adding your yeast and salt to the flour. So we want about a teaspoon of salt in there. And then we'll add in your yeast, like so. And we'll give that a mix. Then what we'll do, create a little bit of a well in the middle, like so. And that's to add in your water and your oil. As I say, the water needs to be lukewarm, not too hot, because we don't want to activate your yeast too soon, and we also don't want to kill off your yeast. So just make sure it is a nice lukewarm temperature, and I like to just add my oil into the water like so, and then just pop that into the well of your flour. and then just give that a stir. Making sure you get it all stirred in with your wooden spoon, like so. As I say, with any kind of like bread or dough, you're looking for a stickier dough than a drier dough. Sticky doughs are always good doughs. Sticky breads are always good to have. Okay. I'm just gonna finish mixing that up with my hands in a bowl, making sure I get all the flour mixed in. Sorry, but you know, you can carry on using a wooden spoon if you like. I just find it easy just to get stuck in and get my hands all dirtied up. There we go, nice and sticky that is. There you go. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna grab my flour. I'm just going to put a little bit on my work surface, and I'm also going to put some on my hands as well, just to try and prevent the dough from sticking as much as I can. And we're going to knock this back for about 5 minutes. And as you go along, if you feel it's starting to stick a bit more, add some more flour onto your table. But as I said before, don't add too much. You don't want to dry out your dough. The main problem usually is your hands, because if your hands are warm especially, you will find it will stick to you more. So just make sure that your hands aren't too warm if you can. I know some people have naturally warm hands. Okay, a bit more flour on there. Fine to me. Just ball that up a minute. So at this dough I will get 2 pizzas or 4 mini pizzas. Depends what size you want your pizza really, to how much you get out of it. So it's my pizza dough nice and ready. Okay, so now we're ready to roll out our base, but what we'll do first is preheat our oven. So you want your ovens on a gas mark 7. There we go. Just get my dough out. Again, you may need a little bit of flour on your work surface. Let's give it another quick nut back. Make sure we're okay. Round it up. As I say, you can get 2 pizzas out of this dough or 4 mini pizzas. I'll be making 2 today. So you're just gonna cut it in half. So you hope that you get the right portion size. There we go. So this dough that I am making today is for a thin and crispy pizza. If you'd like to know how to make it into a deep pan pizza, it's exactly the same ingredients, exactly the same method, except for you leave the dough to rest. If you want to know more, if you go to my website, reallysimplerecipes.co.uk, I'll give you a description on how to do that. Okay, I'm going to pin out our dough now. This is where I'm going to try and make it round. Probably won't happen, but we'll give it a go. bit of baking paper, and we're going to place the base onto your baking paper. That's it. Before I go any further, I am going to place a baking tray into the oven to warm up, and I'm going to place it onto the top shelf, and it's going to be upside down. This is so that the surface is nice and hot to start cooking the bottom of your pizza base. And now we're ready to start the fun part, topping our pizza. So first I'm just going to add a little bit more tomato puree around the base. Just helps the sauce to stick onto your pizza base a bit better. There we go. And I'm just going to mix that around. Like so. It doesn't need to cover fully, just enough just to help the sauce to stick. And then we're going to pop on our pizza sauce. Make sure we get a nice covering on there, nice good amount of sauce. One thing that I will not be using in this recipe, I will not be using cheese, or should I say plant-based cheese, faux cheese. The reason being, I don't want to use any processed foods in this recipe. I want it all to be made from scratch, all nice and fresh ingredients. So I will not be using any cheese. If you want to use plant-based cheese, faux cheese, Gary as they say, go ahead, absolutely fine. You pop on your pizza what you want. Okay, so it's my pizza sauce all on my pizza. Make sure it's right to the edges. There we go. Now we need to add on our ingredients. And what I have here, I've got some black olives. If you don't like olives or you've not tried them for a very long time, give them a go, they're really nice. I've got some sliced mushroom, some red onion, white onion and some sweet corn. I'm going to start with my onions first. Break them all up. So you want your onions broken up as much as you can. You don't want your slices to be too thick. Just to help your pizza to cook. There we go. And then we're going to stick on a little bit of white onion. Never have too much onion. Lovely on a pizza, onion is absolutely lovely. There we go, some nice onion. A bit more down this corner. Okay. And then we'll pop on some sweet corn, that nice sprinkle around, like so. Make sure we get it all the way around, and then we'll pop on your olives. There you go. Good spread there. And then we'll stick on some mushrooms. This takes me back to my teenage years when I was an older teenager, should say 18, 19. I used to work at Morrison's. And one thing that I used to do was work on the salad bar, and my job was to make the fresh pizzas. And this is probably where this design pattern's coming from when I used to make pizza. Okay, so it's my pizza all topped. What I'm going to do now is just have a bit of a sprinkle of some oregano and some basil, just to finish it off. Nice. This is totally optional. If you want to have some on there, you can have some on there or not. I say all of this is optional. You've got the basic recipe, your basic dough, your pizza sauce. The rest is totally up to you what you want to use. But these are just a nice touch. There we go. That is my pizza, ready to go in the oven. What I'm going to do now is slide the pizza on the baking paper onto the top of the baking tray that we placed into the oven earlier. Like so. Okay, and we're going to stick that into the oven for around 15 minutes. It's as simple as that. Pizza made from scratch. I hope that you've enjoyed my recipe today. If you have, do give me a like. And if you would like to see even more really simple plant-based recipes, please do hit the subscribe button. And if you hit the bell, you will be notified the next time that I release a recipe. If you've got any comments, any questions, pop that below and I will get back to you on them. Thank you for watching my recipe.